The team is back for spinning ice round 2. And this time, they're augmenting the audio.
Hearing is going to be key to finding the spinning bullet. So I want to come up with a low-tech way to amplify my hearing. So I'm going to make cones that are going to be able to muffle out all the peripheral audio and directionally be able to give me that little buzzing sound of the spinning bullet.
You know what else we could use it for?
What?
Aw. Go sit in the corner.
So while Carrie's going old school, I like to bet on the tech. This device right here is a parabolic reflector. It captures the sound waves and focuses them on a microphone in the center, which is then amplified. Surely, this will be able to hear a spinning bullet from across a frozen lake.
While Grant and Carrie get their ears to the ground.
Kumquat. Did you say kumquat?
That's awesome!
Watermelon. Watermelon, this definitely works.
Tori's been busy with the science of the spin.
Now, if these bullets are actually spinning on ice, and it's not just a hoax, one of the reasons why this might be happening is it's acting like an ice skate. When the blade hits the ice, it melts the ice, creating a water barrier to allow the skate to move across the ice. This might be happening with the bullet. The bullet hits the ice, the heat from the bullet is melting the ice, creating a vapor barrier, and the spinning is coming from the rifling of the gun. So when it hits the ice, it spins just like a top. And that's why this myth might have some merit.
That's the theory, and once the ear devices sound ready,
hippopotamus!
It's time to put it to the test. From the San Franciscan sun to a blizzard in the Sierra Nevada, this winter the team is going that extra mile.
Save yourselves!
Rumor has it there's a lake out here.
I think it's over there.
Yeah, this looked a little more picturesque in the brochures. All right, so what I have behind me is a frozen lake. I know it doesn't really look like it. It looks more like a snowfield. We're at 7,900 feet. The temperature is 10 degrees. This is exactly what we need to test this myth. The only problem is we're in the middle of a snowstorm. I'm freezing my off.
Our next myth is in the Bahamas, right?
Yeah.
Despite Tori's optimism, the temperature of his nether regions is certainly not the only problem.
Look, so building our own frozen lake was problematic, but compared to this, it was child's play. Here is what we're up against. Our blast shields, which we left out overnight, are now buried under 6 feet of snow. Our paramedic can't get here because the road's closed, but worst of all, the lake is buried under 3 feet of snow, which means before we do any shooting, we've got to dig to get down to the ice.
And as the weather goes from bad to worse,
I've already dug 2 feet. I haven't even seen ice yet.
that digging gets harder and harder.
It's like we keep digging it out, and Mother Nature just keeps filling it back in.
So Carrie brings in reinforcements.
Since we're digging at high altitude and fighting 40-mile-an-hour gusty winds, we've decided to bring in a few helpers, like the sheriff who lives up here, and maybe a few others.
With all hands on deck, the team exposes enough ice before anyone gets exposure.
All right, so the good news is, if you can call anything good news in these kinds of conditions, we found the ice. So now we're ready to start testing. Now remember, this myth is about shooting a 9mm into a frozen lake bed and finding the bullet spinning like a top. Seems kind of counterintuitive to fire into the ice that you're standing on, but I mean, this isn't MythBusters.
We've gone to great efforts to make this myth work, including getting high-tech hearing devices, low-tech ear trumpets. But as you can see by the horizontal snow zooming past the camera, there is a huge amount of wind, and that is all we're going to hear in those hearing devices. So, we're going old-fashioned. We're running, we're listening.
But will that technique be good enough to locate the mythical spin?
All right, this is Spinning Ice Bullet in 3, 2, 1.
Run like the wind!
But unfortunately, it's another montage of failure.
Oh, here's the bullet.
But it's not spinning.
Not at all.
As hit after hit
I don't see any spinning bullets.
misses out on the spin.
I can't feel my fingers, and I can't see any bullet.
As the temperature dips to 5 degrees Fahrenheit,
2, 1.
morale is just as low.
This myth sucks.
But Tori wants to try one more thing.
Now, there's a couple of things that we think are happening. One is maybe the bullets are hitting the ice and skipping off into the snow, or maybe the bullets are hitting the ice and actually bouncing back into the snow. So what we're gonna do is change the target area closer to the center of our ice patch, take a shot and see if we can find a bullet and see exactly what is happening to these things.
With hypothermia a very real possibility, it really is now or never. Will giving the bullet room to ricochet backwards rather than forwards finally spin out?
Okay, this is spinning ice bullet with room to bounce backwards. In 3, 2, 1.
Come on! I'm in it! It's spinning!
It's spinning!
Look at that!
We got a spinning bullet!
Holy crap, it worked!
It's the shot that brought this myth back from the cold.
I can't believe it worked! I can't believe we got a spinning bullet.
At last, after countless attempts, they got the spin they were after. And that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Well, if we can get one spinning bullet, that was successful. Let's do it again. In 3, 2, 1.
It's spinning! Woo! That's the second one in a row!
And when it's 3 for 3,
It is spinning!
That is continued success. We have gotten one after the other to spin.
you might say they're on a roll.
So we had to make a few adjustments on the fly. We had to play with the angle, and we pulled the gun back away from the ice. And what we think this does is lowers the velocity of the round when it hits the ice, so that you get more of a ricochet spinning and less of a glancing going off into nowhere.
It's spinning again!
We've done this over and over. This myth is confirmed.
Confirmed! I cannot believe how well this is working.
We tried creating an ice lake bed that we could shoot into back at home, but it really did take this sort of extreme weather for us to get a spinning bullet. It was all worth it. The 70-mile-an-hour winds, the 10 degrees, the frozen toes, and the Grant sickle.
And with that, it's time to get warmed up.
Where's that rescue party?
We are the rescue party.